We always feel that more money, more happiness, more luxuries, more happiness. But it is a wrong notion. And the biggest disease of the 21st century, professional. So they are not able to make their life a balanced one. Napoleon Bonaparte said, I can buy any riches upon this earth and under the sun. I can have the world at my feet. But I haven't seen 6 happy days in my life. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. His limousine cars were studded with diamonds. And the cavalcade of 7 limousine cars. When the President of America did not have it, he had it. And he was the first superstar, perhaps the greatest entertainer the planet has ever seen, traveling by private jets. First jet would take him and his team, and the second jet his audio system at the stage. When he was just 21, there were more than 30 Elvis endorsed products in the market. And his biographer, he writes that Elvis is only the second person in history to become famous by the first name after Jesus. That popularity. Self-earned $1,000 million in 1975. By the year 1975, when he was just 32, self-earned $1,000 million. The king of rock and roll. Today at his memorial in Memphis, every day from all over the world, about more than 1,000 people visit. At the age of 33, when once his secretary, she stepped in, he was playing his famous composition, How Great Thou Art, on his piano. And his secretary asked, Sir, how are you feeling at the peak of your career? And he dropped his hand from the piano and said, alone. Are bhai sahab, every day in the evening you get an audience from 1,000 to 5,000. People wanting to see you. And you, after doing your famous swivel, he would open up his leather jacket and throw in the audience. And within seconds it would be small pieces. People would take a Elvis souvenir back home. That fame, and you say you are feeling alone? And on 16th August 1977, at the age of 33, Elvis took 40 sleeping pills at night and never woke up. He committed suicide. At the age of 33, at the peak of his career. Absolute and overwhelming desire for materialism in life and over-leaning towards it will land you nowhere. You need to have a balance of materialism and morality and spirituality in life. Otherwise, we can be a good loser, made Napoleon Bonaparte or Elvis Presley. I have hundreds of these examples. So when I talk to professionals, I come from one of the largest organizations in the world, the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha. We are among the top 10 NGOs of the world with a permanent seat in the United Nations as an NGO. We do 162 different kinds of activities all over the world. How many of you have been to Akshardham at Ahmedabad or Delhi? Just raise your hands, like most of you. Such 1,200 campuses we have in 60 countries of the world. We have more than 100 hospitals, hostels, schools and colleges. And everything of this 1,200 campuses and 1,000 social institutes created by one person, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, single-handedly and successfully administered it. आपके पास तो एक ऑफिस, एक सेटअप, एक घर होगा तो भी शाम को 5 बजे तक तो पागल हो जाते होंगे. So such 1,200 campuses all over the world. He single-handedly erected those and successfully administered it. He initiated more than 1,200 saints like us. Out of them, more than 750 of our saints are graduates, postgraduates, chartered accountants, doctors and engineers. And nice to tell you today that more than 8 saints of the organization, they are chartered accountants, CAs. Out of them, 2 are from Africa and 1 is from the US. I think they call it the CPA there, something. Yeah, and one is from London. Out of those, about 150 saints are born American and British citizens. Out of those, about more than 50 saints in the organization, they are Cambridge, Oxford, Stanford, Yale, Carnegie Mellon graduates. So standing in front of you today, trying to give you some insight into balance sheet of life is not just a couple of books that I'm coming in front of you. We are deeply involved in the administration and the management of this organization, so we know what is administration, what is no management, we know what is HR, we know what is networking, we know what is infrastructure and system. We are 8 hours into it. What I'm talking to you now is my part-time job. It's not my full-time job. It's my hobby. To share and care for the society. And I've been talking since 24 years. I've not charged a single penny to anybody for my talks, not even today. It's just my selfless service to society. Why I'm telling you this is you as professionals have one-side experience of professionalism and work. We have two-side experience of professionalism, work and spirituality. So I can talk to you about it from the balance point of view. Pramukh Swami Maharaj, who created this organization to this level. And I tell you, it's easy to run a corporate, difficult to run an NGO of this class. Because in your corporate work structure, you have pay and smile relationship between the employer and the employee. The employee likes the pay of the employer, so there is a smile on his face. And the employer likes the work of the employee, so there is a smile on his face. It's called pay and smile relationship. Here in NGO, we have serve and smile relationship. You have to serve selflessly, lifetime, and keep a smile on your face and smile in your life. Difficult to run an NGO of this level than a corporate. Pramukh Swami Maharaj was successful in running this NGO to this level. And the amount of hard work that he put, he traveled to 18,000 villages in 60 countries in his lifetime. We have seen him at the age of 70, 75 and 80, at 12 midnight, traveling to deep Adivasi hutments, bettering the life of people. People used to write to him for their personal or family issues. He read and answered more than 7.5 lakh letters in his lifetime. At an unbelievable average of reading and answering 70 letters a day for 45 years without a Sunday. एक व्यक्ति कितनी हद तक काम कर सकता है, मैं आपको अंदाज देता हूं. 8 घंटे आप काम करें ऑफिस में और शाम को माय गॉड टू मच टायर्ड, ये कभी मत बोलना. He met more than 2 million people personally, conversed with them. He personally visited, as we have come to your occasion today, 3.5 lakh in his lifetime. He was a one-man organization, one-man army. Why I narrated this to you? That because he had the balance of work and spirituality in life, he was always at peace with himself and peace in the surrounding. Balance of materialism and spirituality. When he was asked which thought remains with you 24/7, he said, the thought that has never entered my mind. Shall I tell it first? And that was more interesting. And he said, the thought of hurting anybody physically, mentally or emotionally has never entered my mind. किसी का अहित हो मेरे जीवन में कभी वो विचार नहीं आया. This is spirituality. So for balance of life, to make a good balance sheet of life at the end of your life, I take seminars with professionals and I teach them a system that I have devised out of my reading and experiences and traveling all the world and meeting professionals. Every second day I'm talking to professionals at some or the other place. I've devised a theory that 8 plus 8 plus 8 is the system for balance sheet in life. Of the 24 hours that you have in your life every day, it should be well distributed into 8 plus 8 plus 8 system. आपको प्रवचन में और कोई बातें याद ना रहे तो ये एक बात घर लेके जाना. 8 plus 8 plus 8. First 8 hours of the day, your honest, ethical hard work in your profession. First 8 hours of the day, is your honest, ethical hard work in your profession. Second 8 hours is a good sleep or rest. Third 8 hours are very important. If you're not able to manage the third 8 hours of the day, you may lose your life. And if you can well manage the third 8 hours of the day, you can well win your life. The third 8 hours of the day, we teach, it is 3F, 3H, and 3S. 3F is family, friends, and faith. 3H is health, hygiene, and hobby. And 3S is your soul, service, and smile. These 9 departments should consume the third 8 hours of the day. Of course, in fragments. If you can well distribute your day into 8 plus 8 plus 8 system, it is a good balance sheet of life. A good balance sheet of day and thus your life.